Across the globe, equity is now at the forefront of our civic dialogue, not just as an aspiration, but as true actions and outcomes that we as a society can take to identify and address the disparities and prejudices which have often divided us and created barriers for our communities and people. Transportation infrastructure in our communities serves a vital service, providing a true bedrock for connecting people, places, and opportunities. It's not just enabling people to travel from one point to another, but how does that transportation infrastructure influence behaviors and impact the long-term potential of a community? From land use policies and economic investment to access to affordable housing, education and healthcare services, and the creation of new job centers. Infrastructure investment is a decision and commitment that can bring lasting benefit to a more equitable society and thriving population. So what does equity mean to future infrastructure investment? And more importantly, how should agencies, government officials, and municipalities, as well as consultants like WSP, work together to develop solutions that provide greater mobility and reconnect communities, while also protecting the cultural essence of our cities and communities, and stimulate long-term growth and opportunities for all people and businesses? Applying an equity lens to how we invest in new infrastructure and services requires public officials and planners to recognize and understand the needs of every person and community potentially served or impacted. Years ago, new rail lines and highways bifurcated urban centers, creating physical barriers to low-income neighborhoods and communities of color. Developments in electronic fare payment systems have made public transit inaccessible to large parts of society that don't have banking resources. New infrastructure, stations, and transit-oriented developments have spurred urban revitalization over the last few decades, but at a high cost to lower-income neighborhoods displaced by eminent domain and unaffordable residential development. In the future, we can and must do better. At WSP, we are making the commitment to see our own actions as a potential catalyst to elevate society's collective thinking on why we build, what we build, and how we build in the future. WSP's Equity First approach ensures our work is proactive and responsive to community contexts, valuing the cultural needs of each and every member of our society. WSP believes transportation infrastructure is more than getting people to a destination. It's about access and choices, jobs, education, training, healthcare, childcare, food, culture, and recreation. The very foundations of a society that must work for all of us. We see our responsibility and our obligation to work with our clients to get it right.